today, I can make payments with my phone without even launching my app. They call it contactless payment. I just move and I tap my device like this and payment happens. I don't need to log in into my app. Once my device is NFC enabled, I don't need any biometric login. I don't need to launch the app. I just tap my device on that payment, either POS. If that POS is also NFC enabled, I just tap my device and payment happens. Remote work. I have many of my guys working with me that are also working in other companies outside Nigeria. Sometimes I always tell the guy, see your face as your face just thin. It's like you walked all through the night. These guys are making money in millions every month without leaving their houses. You know, I was telling someone last month I saw the way the power supply now has been. I have an inverter, but just a battery inverter. But I know that my work depends heavily on me being available real time, 24 hours. I had to go and invest on solar. Today, even me, I be minister of power now. I generate almost about 5 kVA of power in my house. That can sustain me for about 2 days without breaking. Blockchain and cloud computing. Content economy. I'm not saying content creation. No. Because everybody wants to be a content creator today. People will just post rubbish. Now, the question I keep asking, yeah, they make money today. Will they still make that money tomorrow? Policies changes. You two can come tomorrow and say, yes, we don't want to pay for any content. Will they still be relevant? If tomorrow Instagram comes and say, no, we are not just paying for any rubbish content. We just want to pay for content that creates value. Where will they run to? I see Nigerians, some of them will just come put all their bodies, their nakedness on the social media. Why? Because they want to get view. Because the more views you get, the more money you make. But again, will that sustain them in the next 5 years? So we are talking about content economy and automation. Now, the real question is, technology is no longer a department. Technology is now the new life we are living. Irrespective of whatever discipline you find yourself, if you are not technically inclined, you may likely struggle. Oh, another question is, will technology shape the future? The question is, technology is already driving the future today. Where you need to ask yourself, will you participate in the future? Are you part of the technology now? All right? So that leads me to the topic, techpreneur. So what is techpreneur? All right? Techpreneur is someone who uses technology, creativity, strategy, innovation, digital platform to solve problems. Can you see? Solve what? Problems, and do what? And create value. When pastor was speaking, he said, oh, you want to start a business. Not every business is viable. If a business is not solving a problem, it will never be viable. That you can sing does not mean you should just go out and say you want to go and write song. So whatever business you want to do must be able to solve problems and create value. One of the problems I try solving here, so I do a lot of presentations, so I always have my presentation stick. So I first came in to see that anywhere I am, I can actually use it. Because again, this thing is powered by Bluetooth. It is from somebody's thinking. That I'll be asking you and say, I've been in one presentation before. I'll tell you the media, oh yeah, next slide. Next slide. Next slide. It doesn't make presentation interesting. So somebody was thinking to solve that problem. Other people can be there in that same case. Say, look at this one, just say next slide. And they say, Pastor, next slide. All right? But somebody in that congregation was already thinking that, okay, what can I do to solve that problem? Can I create something where we'll be connected to the system, and as he's doing it, he's just pressing it, the system responds. Then, once he has that idea, he starts thinking of how to go about it. He's not looking at the money he wants to make first. What he's looking at is what? The problem he wants to solve. One of the mistakes that many people make today, they consider the money they want to make first before the problem. So you look at, what problem am I solving here? Okay. He forgot about the money. He was looking at the problem. How will I go about it? So I need a Bluetooth device. So I need a Bluetooth that should be able to talk to this guy and be able to talk to the system. Okay? And he came up with it. Today, now, that problem that he solved is not generating the value and the money that he needs. All right? And one of the things I realized that just like the pastor said, that's what I don't want to go into. He has quoted many scriptures that I will have quoted here. Right? One of the problems we always see today, everybody will say, I don't have money. Yeah, maybe it was valid at a time, maybe 15 years ago. Even at 15 years ago or 20 years ago, there was no money. But some of us, we had this kind of passion that we say, if I die here, I die here. We go all out. I was telling somebody at a time that, when I learned coding, I was writing Java then. And at that time, it looked as if you are the only one that is learning Java in a community where they don't understand computer. So I went to Aptech. At that year, maybe about 15, 20 years ago, I went to Aptech. I was paying 120,000 naira. Can you imagine? About 15, 20 years ago, I was paying about 120,000 naira to Aptech. I was paying 20,000 naira every month. So I was working, paying 20,000 naira every month to Aptech. So the first computer I used, I built it myself. How? I went to Computer Village, buy the CPU casing, buy the power. I bought the mouse, bought the CMOS battery, bought the memory, bought everything. And I joined them together. I just went to buy monitor and I plugged. So I was writing my code. Now, you know the pain it will be when you write a code and you are having a syntax error. And there is nobody around there that you can say, oh God, see this syntax error. Syntax error can be just a comma or a semicolon. There is nobody in that community that you can rub minds with. So I will write my code. And in Aptech, they don't accept flash drive. I will now write my line of code inside notebook. I will now take it to Aptech in Surulere. I was living in Ebutemeta. I will travel from Ebutemeta to Surulere just to correct just a line of code, syntax error. It wasn't convenient. But because there is something that I am seeing ahead. So the pain of that time was nothing for me. So I kept doing it joyfully. But today it's a different story. All right? So don't ever say that, oh, I need millions to start. Before, it used to be like that, but now, information is readily available anywhere. There are some AI tools that you have today that you don't have to pay anything. There are some trainings you have today on YouTube that you don't need to pay anything. All what you need is just sit down, have data, sit down and learn. Many of us, we are not patient enough to sit down to learn. We'll just be jumping from one place to another. The time is ticking. I have been in many interviews, and I still do many interviews today. People come with all manners of certificates. Yes, I am a graduate. I have BSc, a first class, 2-1. But today, in today's market, it is not about your academic excellence. It is about the problem you are able to solve. We have employed somebody today who was a third class. He finished as a third class, was a third class student. But that guy is very skillful in programming. Very skillful. So you have everything at your disposal today. Some will say, yes, Nigeria is bad. Yeah, Nigeria is bad. Do you know that there are several opportunities in Nigeria today? Oh, Nigeria is terrible. Just sit down and be telling them Nigeria is terrible. In the terribleness of Nigeria, some people are coming out to see problems and solve problems. Okay? So you don't just sit down and just say, yeah, today, you have to fight for your future. Wait for any government. All right? So what do we need? Okay. So what do we need to do? Vision and skill. Discipline and consistency. Courage and internet access. Problem-solving mindset. That's all what you need to do. Problem solving. Don't be among the people that complains. When they are complaining, you are looking for opportunities. At a time, they say Lagos is so filled with so many traffic. In traffic, everybody kept, complaining. Some people are looking and say, in this traffic, what can I do? How can I make money? Somebody started inventing how to sell plantain chips. They know that if you are in traffic, the possibility of you getting hungry is high. So somebody devised a means of buying plantain chips, creating plantain chips, and people started buying it. Even with your pain in traffic, you will still buy plantain chips. You will buy pure water. You will buy drink and gala. You are seeing problems. The other person is seeing opportunities. The other time somebody was complaining about waste management in Lagos. Everybody started, Lagos is so dirty. I just called some people, Ogako, what opportunities do we have here? And we started talking. You need to see what we came out with in that brainstorming session. To say, okay, Lagos State is talking about smart economy. It's talking about a cleaner Lagos. How do we use technology to drive this? Can we start with a premium? Look for estate that can pay premium. Don't stay on problems. Look for opportunities. So you need a problem-solving mindset. Why does this matter to you as Nigerian youth? Nigeria is full of problems. So you staying on the problem again, you are not even helping yourself. So Nigeria itself is full of what? Problems. But every problem is what? Is also an opportunity. There are social challenges. Unemployment is everywhere. When you finish your university and you are carrying your certificate up and down for 1 year, 2 years, you didn't get a job. You must get to a point that say, okay, no job for 1 year, 2 years. What problem can I solve to make my money? The Bible says you should not despise the days of little beginning. Your beginning might be small. But with time, with consistency, you will get there. poor education access. Today, education is very, very expensive. You know, when Pastor was talking, that, you know, when your income rises, your need also rises. All right? Some of us, you know, if I look at what I was earning about maybe 7 years ago, I'll just be looking at my daughter and my children and say, hey, you guys just go to any school because of this thing. But again, I realize again, that's why you must be able to balance it. If we say education is expensive, you say you should what? You should try ignorance. Education is very, very expensive in Nigeria today. And if you want to get the best, you have to pay for the best. Okay? Today, in my children's schools, they do robotics. There are some schools today you see here that don't do robotics. My little boy that is just 8 years old, he's coding now. He has his own laptop. On Friday, on Thursday, I got home from office. He told me, I said, Daddy, I am trying to solve this problem. I want to tell this, he's creating a robot, that the robot should ask him his name. That whenever he provides the name, the robot should dance. Okay? And the robot should dance and say, bravo. So he was able to, I'm talking about an 8-year-old boy. He was able to get the robot to dance. But the robot could not say bravo. And he was worried. Immediately I came in, he said, Daddy, please, this thing, yes, this is what I want to do. This is the problem I want to solve. I want this robot to ask me my name. Yes, I've done that. I've provided my name. I asked it to tell me bravo, to dance, and not tell me bravo. The robot is standing, but it's not telling me bravo. And the boy was almost crying. The last time I coded, it was many years ago. And I had to call his sister. Moyi, please go and help him and solve the problem. Moyi also code. So Moyi sat down with him and he looked at it, he said, oh, you have not added this line of code. He was using Scratch. So you have not added this one. That's why it's not telling you bravo. And that one added the line of code. I could see the excitement on the boy's face. That, oh, eventually he said, bravo. So, you must spend time. So, don't look at Nigerian problem and say, oh, education is expensive, and because of that, you are not going to do anything. Yeah, education is expensive. Can you invest time, more money on data and get this knowledge online? There are so many knowledge base you can get online. LinkedIn, you can get on, what do you call this one? So many of them that you don't need to pay. Some of them you can pay as little as maybe 10,000 naira or 8,000 naira. So Nigeria is full with so many challenges, financial exclusion, insecurity. There are infrastructure gaps. Poor transportation, poor electricity supply, agricultural inefficiency, poor healthcare system. The big question is, who will build the solutions? So we have opportunities here. How can I solve unemployment? There was a time this man, is it Job, whatever, I've forgotten their name. Is it Job's NG or what? This, Jobberman, yes. They saw the way people, graduates run around to look for jobs. This guy just created a platform where people can come, advertise their vacant positions, and you can just go there at the comfort of your house and do what? And apply. They are bridging the gaps. So you think there are so many things in and around you. Opportunities that are around you. Even in church, there are opportunities. Somebody built a solution. I think Apostle Mike, is it Orokpo or something? Apostle Mike Orokpo. He was telling them in the church. He said, before I used to have a problem when I say, I just give a Bible passage, and I'll ask the church to open. I'll be telling the media, oh yeah, go to Ephesians 3 verse 10. Media will be struggling. He said one guy met him, and he said, I can build something. You know the solution the guy built? He built a solution that recognizes voice. That whenever you mention the Bible passage, that system understands the Bible passage and just display it on the screen for the people. Somebody was solving a problem. So there are different opportunities available for us that we can use. So you must look for a problem you want to solve, and you can solve the problem. So the new gold mine today is digital. All right? That's the new gold mine. It's no longer oil. It's no longer oil. So it's digital. So we are living in the most advantageous generation in history. A youth with a smartphone, internet access, skill, and consistency can build influence, income, and impact globally. Of what use is you carrying iPhone 17 that you cannot monetize? You carry iPhone 17 that is being sold for about 1.7 million, and you cannot make money from it. People are creating content, valuable content. Today, I do money devotion. I do daily money devotion. Do you know how I came about doing the postcard? If I show you one of the postcards that I do every morning, and I create those postcards in seconds, you will think I'm a graphic artist. But because of my interaction with AI and how I can command AI to give me what I want, I was able to do that. I can tell AI a story now, and I say it should translate that story to a movie. It will do it. I changed my WhatsApp picture yesterday, profile picture, and somebody called me from UK. He said, you are in UK and you did not call me. And I said, I am in UK by faith. Because I use AI. So learn online, work remotely. There are opportunities. Do you know that somebody got a job today? He got a job for a technical writer, and as a remote job. And the girl is just about 24 years. And they are going to pay her about $3,500 every month. A 24-year-old girl. He said, Mr. Michael, I don't want to tell you this so that you not go and think that it will affect my work. She's a QA here in my office. I don't want to say that you not do that, but I just got an offer now with one company in US as a technical writer. I said, why not as QA? He said, I've been learning technical writing for so long. Because QA now, automation can actually is already taking their space. And he got a job as a technical writer, as a girl of 23, 24 years, and collecting $3,500. $3,500 in Nigerian money today, times 1,000, let's say 1,000 naira. That's 3.5 million naira every month. Combined with what she earns in the office, I think she earns about 1.2 or so. That means that lady, she's not married. She goes home every month with close to about 5 million naira. They're just working remotely. So there are opportunities. You earn in dollars, you sell products globally. You run an AI-powered business. I am here. There are some investments I do that AI is the one powering it for me. I don't need to be there. All I just do is just at intervals, I just check on my phone what's going on here. AI is the one driving it. So your location is no longer your limitation. It's no longer whether you are in Alakpere or you are anywhere. All you need is just internet access. Once you have internet access and you have the right skill, you can. So what are the common lies that hold us back as youths? No capital. It is only for the scientists. Nigeria is too hard. Because Nigeria is too hard does not mean you should not do things. You must be audacious. There is nothing good that comes easy. Today we keep talking about the story of Joseph. How many of you are ready to take the path of Joseph? How many of us? Some of us have not slept in the prison yard. But this boy slept in the prison yard for how many years? For about 2 years. So there is no path to success that is easy. Consistency is the key. Be consistent about it. And the more you do it, the better you become. Yeah, at the time I was writing code, but today I don't write code. I still consult for people. And if I talk to people, you think that maybe this guy is an active program manager, active developer. I'm no longer active in developing. But I can build systems. Can build systems. These lies are the real barriers. Recognizing them is the first step to breaking free and building your future on truth. High opportunities. There are opportunities you can be involved in. Software and app development. All right? There are software engineers, back end, front end, solution architects, and so on. Somebody came to me, one of our parishes, and she came to me and said, I just finished my university. He said, what did you study? He said, I did computer science. I said, okay, fantastic. What technology stack are you using? He said, HTML. I'm just learning Python. I said, wow, fantastic, but you are far, far behind. So if a Nigerian university today, they are still teaching them HTML, and technology has moved from HTML to writing React Native, Node.js, Flutter, you have a long way to go. So I quickly connected that to another person. I said, please, work with these guys. Please help me train her. So there are opportunities. Cyber security and information security, data analysis and AI, cloud engineering, UI, UX, designs and DevOps. All these roles that I put here, those guys are not earning small money. They are not earning small money. The non-technical roles, product management, project management. There was a time I did a career launch in my parish. I think it was the beginning of the year. Sometimes in mid-January. I did career launch. I sent it out. People registered. You know what? The people that came for that career launch are more than the people in my parish. There were people that just saw the banner outside. They said, and they keep it. And I taught them project management for a month, free of charge. There is product management, there is digital marketing. There is technical writing. I told you about a lady now, technical writer. There is business analysis. There is content creation and tech sales. These are non-technical roles, but you cannot be, ignored. For example, today now, I've left coding for several years, but I'm a program manager. I lead the developers. I tell them what to build. I sit down with them doing critical and design thinking. We build systems. Okay? So there are a lot that you can learn. And there are other business opportunities. There is e-commerce and fintech, agri-tech and edu-tech, ed-tech and logistics, digital consulting. Many of us that are in education today, you might need to watch it. Try to see how you can build technical skills, even in your education. Gone are the days where people will start writing and be writing on the board. No. Today, people are doing things with technology. People are researching with technology. So you must learn to invest more in education. I've been thinking that, is it possible for somebody to just have a secondary school where it's going to be powered and driven by technology? It's not going to be like this conventional secondary school that you see today. It's going to be powered and driven by technology. You have Microsoft Invest. A student comes in, they have all it takes for them to be tech experts. Teach them coding, even attend. In China today, coding is normal for a 7-year, 8-year-old puppy. All those things that we do in technical schools, they are already doing it even in kindergarten. And that's why we are behind. So you think of what problem you can solve. Digital consulting. Like today, I still consult for some people. Even though I still work actively, but I do some consulting, especially for those that are just coming into the fintech space. You do not need to know everything. You do not need to know what? Everything. One skill, one project, one course, one consistent habit will take you to where you want to get to. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to be a database engineer, be a web developer, be a software engineer. No, just know one. Just know one and be consistent in it. You know, when Pastor was speaking, he said during the COVID period that he dedicated 6 hours every day, and from morning till 6 p.m., sitting down on his system. You must dedicate serious hours for learning if you want to come out strong. The power of problem solving. The first question you need to ask yourself as a techpreneur is, what problem am I solving? There is always a problem to solve. There is always a problem to solve. The question is, what problem am I solving? Everybody is complaining, but you are thinking, what are the opportunities in this? What are the opportunities? This bag was somebody, it wasn't ready-made though. It wasn't that I just went to market, I bought, no. A girl, just a small girl. In fact, she's, I'm sorry to say, she's a sickle seller. But she has built so much skills in making something out of leather. She can build sandal, she can build slippers. She just walked up to me and said, she told my wife, he said, I have some laptop bags, so can you tell your husband maybe you can buy? I told my sister, you want to buy? You now, you say you want to go to Temu and buy. You say you want to go to this. I said, no. Let her share with me. So she shared with us, okay, give me this one. It was everything that I need in a laptop bag. And I bought it. I think it was maybe at 20,000, I think 25 or 30,000. A sickle seller, she's challenged. Right? But she's not allowing her limitation, her challenge to limit her. Now imagine building this for about 10 men. What are these others doing? He has made 250,000 naira. Let's assume that he removed the material, the cost of material, cost of making. It's like she's likely to go home with maybe about 150,000 naira. Think solutions, not problems. Look for opportunities in problems. Don't follow them to complain. And do you know what? God always drops ideas in us. You see the problem, God dropped the idea for solution. Many a times, we don't always want to take that step. God is actually waiting for you to take the step. Just like the three lepers, it's 4, right? They were there, they were complaining. If we sit down here, we will die. If we go to that place, they will kill us. He said, let us just go. If we die, we die. And as they take that step, what did God do? God magnified their steps. And that's one thing about business. It's always very hard to step out. A man that steps out is far better than people that sit down in that problem and be complaining. Step out first. Failure is not a crime. Do you know that failure is part of success? If they show you how many cars, the day I was trying to look at how Toyota build new brands of cars every year. What they destroy in building that car. And I was saying, they said, no, the design is not like this. They will destroy the car. And go and bring and come up with another, say, okay, this is the design now. It goes again. It fails quality assurance test. They test again. After they are built, it has met their specification. They now say they want to do its test, collision test. They carry the car and go and hit it at a top speed. And say, no, this car cannot go to the market. They destroy it. They go back again. Will you say they have failed? They have not failed. But when the car now comes out, everybody will be struggling to buy it. So failure in itself is part of success. So step out. Step out. Okay. So your irritation is a signal. If something bothers you, chances are that it bothers thousands of others. That frustration is the seed of a solution. Something bothers you. It should be done like this. Why is it not done like this? Today, people see NEPA don't bring light. NEPA don't bring light. I saw someone on Instagram. The guy went to buy enough inverter batteries. And you know what this guy is doing? He's selling electricity to his neighbor. He built a system where what you see as a challenge, the guy look at it as an opportunity. So everybody in his house, they pay for him. They pay for NEPA. So he even have a meter to know how much you are consuming. In this Nigeria, the guy can even extend it to the next building. So the guy automatically becomes the NEPA of that estate. But we keep complaining. We have problems. What can technology simplify? Every great business started with a problem. Ask not what you can build. Ask what pain you can eliminate. What are the pains I can eliminate? What are the problems in this locality that I can solve? What process is inefficient? What project is slow? What process is a waste of time? Before, people used to queue at the bank. How many of you have visited the branch lately? You are not going to a bank branch again because you don't have any business there. But somebody solved that problem. You will queue. You want to collect 5,000 naira, you will queue. They will not be calling next. In fact, they have, before tally number. Now they now have a customer waiting management system. You say, you just do PAM, teller 4. You go to teller 4. PAM, teller 3. You go to teller 3. Somebody solved the problem. Why do I need to go to the bank to collect 5,000 naira? The 5,000 naira that I can have a mobile app and just transfer. 5,000 naira that I just go to a POS operator. You don't have any business in the bank again. What process is cumbersome? What process it takes your time? How can you turn that process to something that can be done with technology, automation? All right. Press any key to cancel. I have one for the 1 second to power off. All right. AI will replace, AI is changing everything. You must know that. AI is changing everything. AI will replace some jobs. There is no doubt about that. Okay? Routine, repetitive tasks are increasingly automated. Understanding this is not a cause for fear. It is a call to upskill. AI will still need instruction from people. If you don't build AI capabilities, you are likely to lose your job. Today we do daily stand-ups. I don't need to be in that daily stand-ups. I have an AI tool that can start the daily stand-up. And I can take minutes of the meeting. Okay? Today, even in accounting, they use AI. I can use AI before you say statistics. You have to go and do people. I can't remember the last time I did differentiation and integration. All I need is just give me the data. Once I give the data, I pass it to AI. I set the AI to analyze it. AI will analyze it and give me accurate results. Something that I will use different formulas. Sit down 2 hours, 3 hours, sit trying to look at whether it would give me accurate results, and it would draw the graphs, do a trend analysis. AI will improve some jobs. Those who learn to use AI as a co-pilot will produce more, earn more, and deliver faster than those who ignore it. I did some very terrible thing one time. Every time I call my AI agent as my companion, because anything I don't understand, I just throw it at the guy, and the guy just reasons with me and tell me. So I shared my picture with the AI. I said, look at this picture very well. What kind of hairstyle fits me? It's as crazy as that. Do you know what AI did? AI took the picture and gave me the hairstyle. Do you know what? I took that hairstyle. I took it to the barber. I said, Baba, okay, cut down. Praise the Lord. Say, cut down. The guy, look at it, cut. And I was like, this guy is very nice. I said, now my companion tell him, service we can use that. So AI is so sweet. If you know how to use it, it makes your life easy, it makes your life better. There is nobody. If I want to say, okay, fine, AI, tell me, looking at the various economic statistics in Alapere, can you tell me how much I can spend in a month? Looking at the various statistics, that how much I can be spending a month to make me to be okay as a family man of 5. And AI will just analyze. Okay, based on what you heard today, This is how much you can spend on food based on the various economic reality, based on inflation, based on this, based on that, and based on your locality. This is how much you can be spending every month and still remain float all through the month. And I'll try it. I'll say, yes, I'll peg my expenses. It cannot be above this in a month so that I will remain float. AI reasons with you. AI creating new industries. Nigerian youth can use AI for content creation, coding, research, design, automation, and building startups right now. I can build a business empire. I can build a business now, here, without leaving this place. Just give me one opportunity. I'll throw it on AI. I say you should just provide to me a business deck for this opportunity. Once you present it, I'll scrutinize it, look at it, remove this, add this, remove this, add this, add this. At the end of it, they will give me a business plan. I will say turn it around and turn it to become a pitch deck that if I want to talk to an investor, do a 5 years business plan for me so that when I'm talking to an investor, I'm telling the investor that yes, if you can invest 100 million, this is what you are going to make in 5 years. It will prepare the pitch for me. So AI is changing everything. All right. So kingdom mindset. Technology without values is dangerous. As believers, you must build with integrity, solve problems ethically, and represent Christ's innovation. God needs believers in technology and innovation. Yeah, your reward is in heaven, but you must also make your reward here on earth. Right? Governance. God needs believers in governance and media, in artificial intelligence, in digital transformation. Our commitment, build with integrity, solve problems ethically, represent Christ in innovation, avoid internet fraud and shortcuts. And that's why you see everybody there are so many guys in Nigeria today that are tech savvy. They are technically strong, but they are using it in the wrong way. Everybody wants to do Yahoo Yahoo. Everybody wants to make money just by the clicking of the mouse. All right? You don't have to be dubious. You don't have to be dubious. Today, every transaction that passes OPay, they are making so much money. Oh, you transfer 5,000 naira to somebody and they collected 25 naira from you as charge, or 15 naira for you as charge. Do you know where the 15 naira is going to? CBN will collect their own. OPay will collect their own. Another business will collect their own. Now imagine people, about 5 million people doing 5,000 naira every hour. So let's say every day, 5 million people. 5 million times 15 naira is what? That's 250 million. Imagine doing a business in Nigeria today and you are making 250 million every day. So COP like that. These guys are doing transactions in value because you have the statistics. Per day, they are doing billions of transactions in value. Every day. OP. Money point. Do you know how much an average developer? You know, people went, Tosi was speaking and people started criticizing, you not pay that. Do you know how much Money Point is paying developers? Money Point is paying as high as 3 million naira to the developers in Money Point. So people say, give them the money. He knows what he was talking about. It's just people go about with certificate. They don't have the skill set for the job. Build capacity. Money Point is for their developers. The least is collecting about 2.53 million naira every month. Now, by biblical example, Joseph used strategy to save nations. Daniel used wisdom to influence empires. We must use technology for the kingdom. We must. Why many youth fail? They fail because they lack discipline. Talent without discipline dies. Skills are worthless without the consistency to develop and apply them over time. Too much entertainment. Many spend more time consuming than creating, just like the first speaker said. You spend more time consuming. Do you know that today, an average time you spend on social media, if you are not careful, you can spend about 6 hours in a day just watching Instagram. If you are not careful. It can even be more than that. Every hour scrolling is an hour not building your future. Every hour you scroll through Instagram today is an hour that you are not building your future. Fear of failure. Failure is part of growth. Pastor, I wrote PMP how many times? I wrote it 3 times. Oh, yeah, you say, yeah. Yes. I wrote it 3 times. The second time that I failed, I said I will not do it again. Something me said, fight one more round. Fight one more round. And I fought one more round, and I got it. That changed everything about me. So for the fact that you fail does not mean, everything is over. No. Try again. Waiting for perfect conditions. Yes, when I'm okay, I will do it. When everything is right. Time waits for nobody. Sometimes some of the things we keep asking ourselves that why didn't I start early? Because if I have started early, I would have been far. I would have gone far. But it does not matter where you are starting from. You can start from anywhere, but just be consistent. Lack of focus. Scattered energy produce weak results. Pick a direction and go deep before going wide. Don't say, they said they are doing music, like he said. Everybody wants to do music. Not everybody will be a musician. Not everybody will be like Bidemi or Laoba. It does not matter how good you are at singing. There is a special grace that comes with it. You can be skillful and lack the grace. There are people today that are skillful, but they lack the grace for exploit. So not everybody. So find the very place you can fit in. Find the very place you know you can produce results and influence life. Don't copy people. Don't copy. Stay focused. So the formula for growth is something you are aware of, you know. You learn, you build, you share, and you earn. You learn. Whatever you learn, you build it. When you build it, you share with people that will use it. When you share with them, what happens? You get the returns. Don't put earning first. Don't put any in the middle. Somebody say, well, I learned. So because I've learned now, I want to make money from what I've learned. No. You learn, you build, you share. Sometimes in the process of sharing, you can share for free. The people that build businesses today, they started with giving it out free. I've seen somebody that say, okay, Mike, I'm giving you this. Just use it. Don't pay any money. Just use it. But you know that I have so many influence. So if I use that, I say, this thing is good. I can say, I call my friend, guy, look at this thing, what this guy built. This thing is very powerful. Try it. And before you know it, that thing started getting relevance. And before you know it, that person started monetizing it, putting money into it. So you learn, you build, you share, and you learn, and you earn. So what do you need to do? In the next 90 days, what are your action plans? Choose a digital skill. Learn daily on that skill. Join tech communities. There are several tech communities. If you say you want to be a quality assurance officer, you want to learn something about automation, about communities, you can join. Build one project. Create a LinkedIn profile. A lot is happening on LinkedIn. I have seen so many people that have reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, will you like to work for us? This and that. I say, okay. Let me hear what you say. Let me just hear what you can pay. Why? Somebody just look at view your profile on LinkedIn, I see opportunities, and like, can we get this guy? I was somewhere, they were doing a product launch, and they invited me. So I was there. They said, oh yeah, help us criticize this product. I said, look at this product too. He said I should open an account. The guy is telling me that I should do my head like this. You want to do liveliness check. I did my head like this. The nurse said I should pronounce some digits, about 3 digits, like 3, 4, and I should say it out loud. So when they were doing the launch, they said, any reservation, this thing is fantastic. I said, God, you have restricted people. The people that want to use this app are restricted already. What of if I'm voice impaired? Automatically, this app is not for me. What of if I'm a C-level executive? I want to use your app. My driver is driving me I'm at the back. And I'm trying to, I've done my liveliness check and it's telling me to put 2, 1, 2, 3. If you are the driver, what will you say? Okay, hope all is well. So I said, this is not for executives. And you know what they said? The guy looked at it and said, who is this guy? So that my friend is the head of IT there. Then I said, this guy, I said, can we bring him in? I said, no, you cannot pay him. And I said, well, I can come if you can give me 10 million a month. Build LinkedIn profile. Let your profile speak. There are places you will get to, right? They will not see you, but they see your profile first. Your profile attracts them to you. They look at your profile, they say, this person carries something we need. Can we go for it? And when organizations see people that carry what they need, they can pay anything for it. I've done about 3 interviews that I've turned them down 3 times. They kept going and coming back, increasing. I said, no, I know they come. It's a fintech. And I'm a very, very, like the way he said, I'm also a risk-averse person. Risk-averse person. So, it's a fintech, we are just starting. What if? So I consider what if more. So I said, no, I know they come. Find mentors and stay consistent. I mean, I have so many mentors in IT. And I talk to, they share ideas with me. I follow them to many symposiums, follow them to many trainings, and I've gained a lot. So find mentors. Your background does not determine your future. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I was not even born with a plastic spoon. I was born with no spoon. But we created a future. We created a future. All right? What matters most is what you learn, what you build, what you become, how consistent you stay. So the truth about success is the only variable you will fully control is your response to your circumstances. Skill, discipline, and consistency are available to everyone, regardless of your background, location, or resources. So a message to you now. We cannot only raise prayer warriors. I do tell people, any pastor that put program on Monday, no be me you go see there. It's not pride, it's not that. If you go and put program on Monday morning, no be person like me you go see there. Because on Monday morning, that is where people are. There are some things you don't say in the church so that they will not throw you away. But reality, as a youth, you are not supposed to be in church on Monday morning. The church must produce people who create systems, not just attend services. Builders shape the culture from the inside out. You build systems. Ethical founders, kingdom-minded tech leaders bring integrity into spaces where it is solely needed. Character is a competitive advantage. We are looking for global thinkers. The world is not looking for prayer warriors. The first preacher said, prayer cannot get you a job. Prayer alone. That you go to an interview, they look at you and say, this guy is a prayer warrior. Instead, then let us start with prayer. Jesus started with prayer and ended with prayer. Prayer is the prayer alone will not get you the job. Prayer is an enabler. It's an enabler. If you don't have the right skill, it does not matter whether you are the chairman or a prayer warrior, or you are the president or the prayer warrior, you will not get it. Because the same job you are competing for, the Jews, the Muslims, the Babalawos, the child of a Babalawo is also competing for that job. So it's not prayer. God answers everybody. But prayer is an enabler. If you have the right skill, you get the right job. If you don't have the right skill, there is no point wasting our time. There are people that came for interviews, their first statement in about 3 minutes will just like, this person is not the person we need. Just say, no, sorry. We cannot go further with you. Now you come for interview and say, tell us about yourself. You say you are a pastor. Since somebody that said, yeah, I am the youth leader, youth president. Tell us about yourself. You start telling, it doesn't concern us. I am the youth president of my clinical. It does not concern us. So you are not too young. You are not too late. You are not too small. The future belongs to the learners. The future belongs to the builders. The future belongs to the disciplined people. The future belongs to solution providers. The future belongs to visionaries. Did you see prayer warrior here? Eh? No, sir. Do not just scroll through the future. Build the future. This generation does not merely need job seekers. It needs builders, innovators, and solution providers. All right? There are some scriptural whatever that I put here. Daniel 1 verse 17, when the Bible says, as for these 4 men, these Hebrew men, God gave them what? Knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. God gave knowledge. He gave skill to them. The same way he has given us knowledge and he has given us skill. If you read that Daniel chapter 1 verse 20, the Bible says, of everything that the king inquired of them, he found them what? 10 times better. 10 times better in their skill. 10 times better in their thinking. 10 times better in their disposition. All right? Whatsoever the hand findeth to do, do it with your mind, with all your mind. See thou man diligent in his business. All right? He said he will stand before kings and not mere men. With this little story of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that being a techpreneur will add more value to your life and make your life more meaningful. Thank you. I'll be open to many questions.
Do we have any questions? Does anyone have a question? Please ask your questions. Okay. So.
Praise the Lord. I will sing the morning first. Let me check. See, okay, 12. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay. First thing is that, can we have access to the slide?
Yes, available.
Okay, thank you very much. Then number 2 is that he said you are not too young, and then if somebody is not too young, that means somebody is not also too old to start. Okay, so if, for example, I want to start now, and like you said, we need a mentor, and we need to, if you have a mentor, that means probably you need to be close to the mentor somehow. So, is there any, apart from what you have taught us today, is there any way we can, is there anything you can do for us to start on this line? For example, if maybe I want to go into UI UX, so is there anything you can do to help me in that field, in that line, even as much as I'm working, but I just want to go into that UI UX or maybe software development? Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks. So, going into tech has a lot to do with passion. First, if you are passionate about it and you feel that you can build a career with that, there is no time one is too old to start. I started my tech career when I was already. My story deep small. I finished secondary school when I was a very smart guy. I was a prefect. I finished secondary school, and my parents they cannot send two people to school at the same time. They cannot send two people to university at the same time. So my brother was already in the university, so I had to go and work in the factory. So I worked in the factory for 7 years without going to school. But in the middle of that, I did ND in Yaba Tech part-time. And after that 7 years, I sat down and looked at myself. Will I sit down here and die? Okay, let me just take a step. And I was asking myself one question. What can I do to turn around the time? I know I've wasted 7 years. What can I do to make up for the 7 years? And the first thing that came to me is just go into competing. So I resigned. I collected money. They paid me gratuity of 120,000 naira. It was that 120,000 naira I went to give Aptech to start training. So the first thing is, know your passion. Know what you are passionate about. Okay? This is what you want to build capacity. Try and make research. How do I go about it? I want to go into UI UX. UI UX is big. I want to be a software developer. Yes, software developer is big. Which aspect of software development do I want to go to? Which technology stack do I need to build? You start asking. You may not know that until you have to have someone that can actually guide you. For example, the lady that came to me, the first thing I asked her is, what technology? I have HTML. I said, HTML will not take you. So I connected him out to my drummer in the church, the gong guy. That guy is a full-time